Hi guys, welcome back to Saab Stories and our last episode of TalkSteer for Season 2. In this one we wanted to increase the quality of our audio, so purchased ourselves some brand new microphones and went out to use them without really reading the instructions. So unfortunately we had to go back up to re-interview our guest to finish this episode, and unfortunately the audio is therefore a little bit mixed. All the same, we hope you enjoy the show as we head off to meet with a lady called Charley who is selling an original generation Saab 9.3. With fewer and fewer Saabs on the road, we're always curious when we see them up for sale. So we were very interested to meet with Charley and find out her story. But also we meet with her family who have a life-saving connection with Saab. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Charley. I live here in Norfolk with my husband Doug and my 2 children. We have a number of Saabs in the family. You'll get to meet them in a little while, but first of all I want to introduce you to Martha, my 9.3 2002 that is currently up for sale. I've had Martha since May, so only a few months. She was bought as a replacement to Sally, who was a beautiful 9.3 who sadly lost her life in a crash nearby. Unfortunately, I've never quite gelled with Martha, so we've had to think about my growing family, how tall the family are, and we've gone for something slightly bigger, which is why we've only had Martha for a few months. She's got these beautiful, really comfy seats.
Oh, they look nice.
They're super comfy. We've got the wood effect dash. We've got a bespoke wooden gear knob that my husband made.
Oh, he's a talented man.
Certainly is. Nice clean boot. This was from London. I don't really know much about her history, but she was definitely used as a bit of a workhorse, which you can kind of still see in some of the bodywork. Some of the paint needs a bit of a touch up here and there, but she is absolutely solid. She's structurally sound underneath. Since we've had her, she's had a new clutch and a new turbo.
I think these cars need sometimes a bit of investment, don't they?
They do.
That looks the business, that does.
Really cleaned her up.
Wow,
made it look nice. She's got 89,000 on the clock. I definitely would be looking to keep her if there was just that little bit more space.
Yeah. Well, this is the estate that replaces the 9.3.
It is.
You mentioned that the previous car before that 9.3 suffered a bit of a sticky end in a crash. What's the story behind that?
So back in April this year, I was hit head on by a drink driver, half a mile up the road on my way home from work one afternoon. Amazingly, I walked out with much injury apart from the imprint and the mark of the seatbelt and a bit of a dodgy knee.
That's amazing.
She gave her life to save me, basically. Any other car, I can guarantee, I wouldn't have walked away from.
And then you got to think about your kids and stuff and the impact.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I think Saab safety that phrase gets sort of touted about a hell of a lot, but I think that proves that they really did do things right.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I guess another reason why you're now sticking with Saab. Yeah?
Indeed.
And how are you these days?
I'm okay. I struggle particularly on that bit of road, but I have to drive it. I do get quite a lot of anxiety in being, in the car on the road generally. But that will go. That will fade away. And,
yeah, of course it will.
Saabs all the way now.
But I guess being in the Aero estate now, it's a much bigger car.
Yeah.
Still, absolutely about safety.
Absolutely.
It'll allow you to build up that confidence, and also whenever you have your kids and partner in tow.
Exactly. You know, I just thank the Lord that I was on my own in the car at the time. Getting the 9.3 was a kind of an immediate reaction. I needed to get a new car.
Yeah.
But it never felt like my car. And this one is my car, and gives me that flexibility, space, and reassurance that I'm going to be safe and it's going to be okay.
And the space you needed.
The absolute space.
Is the sort of the cream interior, and that the rest of it is black.
I know, it's really unusual, but I love it. I love that quirk. The wheels.
It's just so well made, it's all sort of chunky.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hard wearing. I don't know much about it. I had, I think, 2 owners from new, and I have recently learnt that Ollie Cox's grandfather sold it originally.
That's wonderful.
So there's like, there's a bit of heritage to it. So yeah, it feels quite nice.
So it's a local car.
It is a local car. My dad bought Classic 900 as a retirement project. And unfortunately he passed away 10 years ago, before he'd really had time to do much to it. And he was hoping that he would be able to do it up and work on it with my husband. Unfortunately that just never happened, but Mum kept it and drove it for a while and loves it. Unfortunately, it needs a lot of work doing to it. She's such a beautiful car to drive, so comfortable, and just the epitome of the Saabs, really, I have to say. It's just wonderful.
There's just something so iconic about that shape, isn't there?
There really is, and you get so many people, you know, when you're driving this, so many people stop you and say, oh, I remember having one of these, or my dad used to drive this, or whatever.
Well, I'm glad that even though this doesn't get used anymore, that you still have it.
Yeah.
I guess you've got that personal connection.
Absolutely.
We'll keep it forevermore, I hope.
Yeah, I do hope so. I hope we can get her running again and get Mum confident in driving her again.
Yeah, we're good to get her back behind the wheel again.
Definitely, definitely.
Brilliant. Why don't you introduce us to the first car just behind the gates here? What are we looking at here?
That's actually a Saab New Gen 900, one of not many in white, I'm led to believe, of which there aren't many of those particular model left on the road now anyway.
How long have you had this one for?
It must be going on 13 years, I think it is.
So you must have been on some adventures with it then?
Yes, we went to the Prescott hill climb. Immediacy. Now,
how did it perform on the hill climb?
Well, it didn't do too badly given the handbrake. Well, it had been sat around for a long time. The handbrake wasn't particularly holding. And it was the first weekend of a week away with the family, and that was our only drive, so I was under strict instructions not to kill it.
Oh yeah, because you needed it for the
rest of the week for other jaunts out into the countryside, so took it gently.
So are you one of these people to leave a car stock as it is, or do you like to sort of, tighten up model?
I like to make things look good. I don't like going too mad, because obviously, stupid power. A company spent lots and lots of money making a car that's good for everyone to drive, and that is was my family wagon. But I had done some stuff to it, which I thought it needed doing. But I didn't want to stray too far away from it looking like a Saab. The front splitter, lowest splitter on this, is actually an Abbott Racing one. Other thing I've done is painted the side skirts. Normally they're just matte black, but by just giving a lick of paint, it sort of visually lowers the car. Done a few little things, so you probably can see.
So what's going on with the dashboard here?
I didn't want the wood look that was on there. Gloss piano black was coming to favour, so I just got a cheap base model one, rubbed it down and painted it, and then did the air vent on the left hand side and the small bit one for the side window on the right hand side.
And these seats are incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, they're actually off the first gen 9.3. They did an SE Sport that was replaced with the Aero. And they kind of mirror what you used to get on the 9000 Aeros. They're not quite as armchairish, and they don't have the wing backs, but just the style of it with the flashes on the base and the backrests, sort of a slightly different colour, just adds a bit of interest to an otherwise boring seat. But they are quite comfy. They're electric with memory, and they're heated. It's a standard B204. Which, as those in the know, it's a very strong engine. 2 litre turbo, done a few bits to it, fitted the later 9.3 intercooler, so with being twin pass, it's a straight through intercooler, just takes it up to sort of running around about sort of 2.5. Until recently it also had a catback exhaust system from Jetex, so you probably add another 5 on that with the air filter as well.
I have to address the elephant in the room. The colours you've gone for on this engine bay are quite striking.
They are.
I wouldn't say they don't fit, they're just unusual.
Now originally I painted it the same colour as the body of the engine cover, but when I was rebuilding the engine at Christmas, one of the boys must have been running around in the garage and knocked it, and it must have hit the floor and cracked it. So I had to get a replacement one, but then obviously my wife now has this car, so it was only on my car for a short time before we changed, which is why she has a lovely body coloured white engine cover on hers. Just it's not the body on her car, it's the body on mine, because that's a spare paint line around.
Oh well, it looks fantastic. So is this your only car?
I've also got my daily drive, which is a Saab 96 V4.
I was not expecting that.
Made, I believe, in 1977, registered in 78. It's one of the run-out model souvenirs. I think it's number 130 out of 150. All of them came in cardinal red. So it comes fitted as standard with a heated leppy rear window and a heated driver's seat.
Pretty advanced for the time.
Yeah, it was. I think it might have actually been Saab that decided to put the heated seat in, if memory serves me right. I'm 6'4", and I actually have more room for my feet and my head in this than I do in a lot of modern day cars.
Surprising considering it's actually quite a small car.
Yeah, true, but it was made for the Swedish market, and they're not known for being short. So yeah, it sort of worked in my favour. Yeah, when I first got it, it was on its way to the scrapyard. First thing I did was got the outside looking a lot less like a rag doll and more presentable, and then sort of started concentrating making the interior work for me and what I wanted from, albeit an almost 50-year-old car. Once everything mechanically was running fine, I wanted a rev counter. They don't come with one as standard. They only, the age of my car, it only came with 2 dials. One was a split temperature and fuel gauge, and the other one was a speedo.
Is that typical of that kind of age of car?
Yes, it is. It's usually the top end cars, sort of that were around the day started to get rev counters on other brands.
Okay.
But they were going to replace it with the 90 anyway, and then obviously the 99 and turbo and all that, so they end up with the 3 dials across the dash.
Okay.
because I'm not sure about left but right hand drives, you haven't got room to get a third dial between the heater and the switches. So what I ended up doing is getting an earlier set of dials for the fuel and temperature gauge, where they used to sit either side of the main speedo.
Okay.
But that meant I could then put them in the middle, and then which takes up sort of half the room of a full-size dial, and then move the speedo to the left and retrofit a rev counter to the right.
For anyone that isn't familiar with the V4 engine, what are we actually looking at here?
Sat under this big round airbox we have here is a Ford-sourced 1.5 litre V4. Simple engine. They use it in all sorts of things, from pumps to tracked vehicles and stuff, small little things. It's solid, it's robust. They use it for rallying for a number of years, and yeah, it's reliable. It's a very comfy car. A lot of people do comment on that when they get in it. Very, very, very thick foam seats. But yeah, it does all right. It's comfortable. Less to go wrong, like we said before. Wind-up windows, old school, but less to break. But when you pull away, you know you're in something old because of the noise. It's going to be. But it's a peppy little engine. It goes down the road quite well. Keeps up with most modern-day traffic. And if you want a little bit of fun, you can do without sort of getting yourself into too much trouble, because you're never really going fast, but it just feels like you are. For a while they actually fit anti-roll bars to the front of the car, which was fine, but then they decided to do away with them because they realised that if you had just had the right sort of type of springs in, it kept more wheel contact in. But if you're following me and I'm getting on a bit, it looks hilarious, I've been told, because the car does lean, not quite as bad as a 2CV, but it does lean, but it just sticks to the road. It's a hoot to drive. It's a happy car. It's not a brand I went looking for. I'd always missed it. I'd never been on my radar. But I came by my first one, the 2.5 litre V6, and was actually quite surprised at how well planted it was on the road, how smooth and effortless it was. Unfortunately, I only had that for 6 weeks, and I ended up going over a big chunk of metal, front right tyre blowout basically, on a curve. Apart from the obvious front end, everything else was fine. From then, I decided, look, if you are going to get into trouble, make sure you're safe. So that was my one, luckily touchwood, only car I've crashed. But I can't think of a better car to crash in. The one my wife bought beginning of the year. It was a very low mileage first gen 9.3. There's virtually no rust on it anywhere, and I like to think that it performed in the way that Saab wanted, almost like a new Saab would have been back then. And luckily, because their standards were so more advanced than a lot of other car brands, it stood up very well. Yes, she had bruising, but 40 plus mile an hour impact, pretty much head on, where both vehicles stop almost dead and spin round pirouetting. To walk away with no cuts and no serious injuries, just bruising, that's a testament to Saab, and you can't fault that. I've got to think of not just me, I've got to think of my wife and 2 kids and whoever else happens to be in the car. It's a solid, comfortable cruising car, and it can put a smile on your face. But at the end of the day, the family comes first and foremost, and I'd like them to feel safe and be able to fall asleep knowing if I'm driving, if anything happens, we've done the best we can to protect them.
And that's a wrap for another episode of TalkSteer. Thanks so much for tuning in to our show. If you enjoy our content, please do pop a comment below and do tell all your friends. We'll see you soon.